Cool. Thanks, Nick. That was awesome. It is such a cool experience to be a part of that. So thank you very much. Okay, next up, let's hear from James. How about you, James?
Good morning. To piggyback a little bit on maybe not so much of a single memory, but definitely a cultural feeling, is we do a pretty big event every year in Michigan, and just the collaboration, networking, and getting all of our trade partners and contractors in a room with 600 people is pretty special. So definitely something annually we look forward to and maintains a really cool feeling throughout the year.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Um, okay, how about Rhonda? How about you? Do you have a favorite ASA memory?
I just started, so I guess
And
my
that's good.
memory is bringing my association from 31 to 44 members from the time I started till last month. So,
That's
Woohoo! Way to
awesome.
go!
That's super exciting. Honestly, I was thinking about mine and I was like, I don't know if it's going to be the first member that I ever signed up or if it's going to be Sub Excel because it's
it,
such an exciting and thrilling feeling.
that is an exciting memory. So, just 2 weeks ago on the 18th, we had a networking event, and I signed a member up right there on the spot. So,
That's awesome. It's such a great feeling, right? I love it.
yeah,
Such a sense of accomplishment, all the hard work you put into it. Awesome.
exactly.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got three so far. How about Barbie? Would you like to share a favorite ASA memory?
Sure. We have um, a program monthly. It's called Network and Grow. It's a program that we get together and present a topic and network. And that day in the room, um, it's not so much the topic. It was, on tariffs and contracts and, how to protect yourself. But the networking at the end, um, people were just talking about it's so great to have a place for us, a place for the subcontractor. Because, during the program, they were just really, talking about how to protect themselves and advocating for, their own interests and so the spirit in the room was just wow, it's wonderful to have this space for us. And
Yeah,
it made me really proud to be here representing them,
yeah,
you
totally.
know?
I totally feel that. Yeah. When you feel like you bring such value to them, it definitely makes you feel like you're doing something bigger than you
Yeah,
sometimes feel you are, you know?
yeah.
I also have to say the room that you're sitting in looks so cool. I don't know what it looks like, but the background looks so fun. I want to be in that room with you. Um, well, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Barbie. Okay, last one. Let's do Warren. Warren is such a wealth of knowledge for ASA. I would love to hear what Warren has to say.
Yeah, well, I'm going to take a left turn because I've had lots of great experiences, but I want to tell more of a funny story. I think it was Nashville. Like I'm assuming it was Nashville, Sub Excel. And I had a female president, and she wanted to go. I think was it Coyote Ugly was the name of the movie or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that?
yeah, right. Uh-huh.
And she wanted to go to the bar where they filmed that, and she
Oh, fun.
wanted to dance. She wanted to dance on the bar.
Love it.
And so uh, it was it was just three of us, myself, the president, and then a past president. And we were buds, whatever, so it was cool. But so we went to that bar, and she was drunk already. We had been drinking all day, whatever. And she got up in that bar and she did. It was just crazy. I mean,
That's so fun.
it was just yeah to see my president up there I didn't know how to
Those can be
process
great memories too.
time.
It's the unpredictable ones, right? That are fun too.
Nuts. But anyway, yeah.
That's
And of
awesome.
course, I've always been taught, staff has to be real careful in those moments. We have to
Sure,
just kind
yeah.
of chill.
That's fun. Well, it's good to put your hair down a little bit, have a little fun and,
Yep.
enjoy the friendship with them too, because you do a lot of work together. So it's nice to always have a bit of a friendship too. But thanks. I appreciate sharing, Warren. Well, thanks everybody for sharing. Was anyone interested in sharing something? I'll give a couple of seconds if anyone wants to pop in and say a favorite memory so far of them being a part of ASA. Okay, cool. All right, moving on. We will have our national update from Katie. She is going to chat in a second. Katie, the floor is yours. Or
You're
not.
muted, Katie.
Are you talking, Katie?
Sorry.
That's okay. Here we go. All right.
So I just wanted to say thank you for everybody for always giving me opportunity to speak at the beginning. I really appreciate it.
All right.
And I like it even more when you guys can hear me. So just a couple of things. I'll try to be quick. I know that there have been multiple questions about the health insurance plan. And I know that we've announced a couple of times that it had been removed, but I wanted to let everybody know that it is back up and running on the site if you didn't already know. And if you're interested, there is a flyer available that I'm going to send out to everybody so you have it. The program is the same program. I believe it's just a different broker that's doing it. And I do have to let everyone know that it is not available in all states. That was the change that was made. Also, I know that Matt kind of honed in on this a couple times, but we do need to hear more about the events that you guys are having. In particular, anything about women in construction, mental health, and workforce development. But we're happy to see any event or any information on events that you guys are having. It's really important that we have this information so that we can have everything together and push the initiative to support those in that area. I also want to thank everybody for putting up with me with the awards for the patience of following the new platform and dealing with me calling people to find out what's going on. So I really appreciate that and everybody's patience, and thank everybody for participating. And the only other thing that I have is that we've had a bunch of inquiries about national benefits and what we do. And I just want everybody to know that we're working on a flyer to put out. So that's coming. We heard the demand and the requests, and we should have something out shortly about that.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Katie. Does anyone have any questions for Katie about what she talked about as it relates to the health insurance or anything?
Do we know what states the health insurance is not available in yet?
Maryland is the only one so far that's not allowed in. Everywhere else so far.
I wanted to ask, because you mentioned like more communication about the events that we have. Do you want us to email you, or is there maybe like a form you all could set up? Like that way we can kind of submit that information that you all need? Or is it just like the name of the event? Like what exactly do you need?
So we will take it in any form. I can make a form if you guys think that that would be easier to have something to follow. That's not a problem. But really, we're interested in anything that's upcoming or that already went on. We'll take pictures of the event. Anything that you want to share, we're happy to have it.
And would that be to you and Matt? Or
Yes,
just you?
please. But
Okay.
either one's fine. But if you send both, that will also work.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Katie, are you guys going to use that for the like the Always Something Awesome bit?
So we can. Some of it is, we always submit it to Mary because she's always looking for content.
Right.
But the other reason that we need this information is because we're focusing more on the foundation for FAFSA and what FAFSA does. And this information is going to help us with backing that and possibly providing support throughout the chapters with that information.
Cool. Okay. All right. Any other questions for Katie? Okay. Moving on. Thanks, Katie, for being with us. Hope you guys have a great 4th of July. Enjoy time with your
Thanks.
sister.
I hope you guys too. Thanks for everything. Have a great day, guys.
Bye, Katie.
Bye.
Okay. Next up is the ASA Sub-Excel Scholarship. Richard wanted me to make sure to remind everyone that the scholarship deadline is July 15th. And so he wants to make sure that everyone gets their scholarship application in. If you're an executive director, if you have anyone on your board who's interested in attending, there's a possibility for that. I think they only have 1, maybe 2 applications right now. So yeah, it's always a great opportunity if you're on the fence or your chapter is just not sure if they can afford to have you attend. I would thoroughly recommend to put in for it and at the very least get some kind of a partial scholarship to help cover the costs. But does anyone have any questions about the scholarship? Okay. I know that Gia had previously mentioned about creating a committee for the scholarship. And so if anyone is interested in being on that committee, if you have some interest in that, if you're interested in about what that would entail, could you just send me an email? My email is very simple. It's just lrose, R-O-S-E, like the flower, at asa-hq.com. And so if you're interested in that, we'd love to have you be a part of it, and we'll kind of go over that in the formation of it. But as we have more information, we'll give you guys more information about the committee and what it will do and all of that and how it'll entail. Any questions about the scholarship, about the committee, anything like that? Okay. All right, moving on. Patty Cohen had asked a question, and so I'm going to open up the floor to her. Hold on, I want to make sure she's on. Oh, it doesn't like she's on. Well, I can ask the question for her. The question was about mock bid day events. She wanted to know if anyone has had an event like that or has anything as it relates to the best practices about it, anything like that. So does anyone have any input on a mock bid day event? Okay, I have a question for
Done
Patty.
those in the past. I mean, I don't know what input she's looking for.
Right. Well, I'll send an email out since she's not on the call right now. I'll send an email out to her and connect and say that you guys have possibly done something similar, or maybe there is a connection there and you might be a good contact for her.
You might also, Lorraine, ask her to send an email about what she's looking for to the whole group.
Yeah, sure. Her email had just to me said, has anyone had experience in a mock bid day event and best practices about it, how the flow of the event went. And so, yeah, so I'll follow up with her. And since she wasn't able to be on the call right now, I will make sure that she gets some information. But thanks, guys. Okay, next up is the chapter compliance report. Beverly had sent it out to me. There was an updated one that was not on the ASA website for our ED resources. So I'm going to email that out to everybody. It's the updated 2025 chapter compliance report. Does anyone have any questions about that, or did they have any issues with it when they were submitting for awards? I know that a compliance report is part of that, so wanted to kind of ask and see if anyone had any problems.
I just have a general comment about the compliance spreadsheet. When I came on last August, that was a super helpful tactical sheet to just ensure that not only we were in compliance, but that, many of the pieces that they hadn't been shored up in a little bit could go ahead and get shored up. And so I know our board of directors really appreciated like showing them the report after the fact and just saying, you know, there were a couple pieces that were falling through the cracks. We got those done. You know, it's like, what is it? 5 different tabs. It's a lot of information. It's pretty overwhelming. I will say that Deb did a great job and had almost everything intact and ready to go, and helped me when we were moving through that. But that's a really good, like I said, a tactical sheet. Like you can really do a good self audit. So thanks for that.
Nice. Yeah. As I mentioned, I'm going to email that updated one out, the 2025, after we get off the call. So I'll send it out to everybody. You'll have it in your email. And I know that they've updated it online as well. So that's a resource to go to if you can't find it in your email. So any other questions about?
Question, real
Yeah.
quick. Hey, sweetie. So my understanding was the compliance reports, there were 2 different versions. They were both online, and that's where the confusion came in, that like one was still, the old one was still left up there.
Yeah.
But we did get clarification from the awards committee that if for some reason you accidentally filled out the wrong one, it's okay, and your awards are still going to be counted because they knew that there was a problem. So nobody worry about that.
That's great. That's a really good update to give because that was something I was I was curious about for other people. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. Any other questions about that or comments? Cool. All right. Open discussion. Does anyone have any questions or concerns, anything as it relates to ED Council?
Just Jen again. If I would love to be on everybody's blast list to kind of see what everybody's doing. So if y'all would add me to your email blast, that would be great. I always love to see what different chapters are doing.
All right, Jen, when I send out the notes from the meeting and the recording, I will add your email to have sorry, I was admitting someone. I'll add your email so people can add you to their like their contact lists to send out their info.
I just had a question for Libby. I'm really excited about SubExcel for a lot of reasons. It was just really great, like getting to know some of you really organically at the fly-in, and I just appreciate that space. And I know there'll be a lot more time for that type of thing at SubExcel. So yeah, I'm excited. But I was wondering if you had just like if you could paint a picture a little bit for us for the day when some folks will be going to the golf tournament, some folks will be going into town, having lunch, going to the Oklahoma City building. Just help me understand like how that day's looking or working.
Yeah, give me 1 second. So I'm sure most of you have been to the website subexcel.com. I was actually going to give an update and say that 15 executive directors have currently signed up for SubExcel. So we're sitting at about half right now. If you are a liaison, please encourage your newbies to join because it looks like it's our regular group. I don't really see a lot of new names on here. Besides Nick. No offense, Nick.
I'm going to sign up. I just have to handle logistics on my end.
Okay,
this is
good.
Constantina from New Jersey.
I'm a new name on there.
You're a new name?
Yeah.
I see you. And Aaron?
Aaron's not on the call right now.
Okay. And Brandy out of Arizona, she's new, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a few new ones. Okay. 2 seconds. I'm pulling up.
And do we literally need boots for the Boots and Bling Gala?
If you want to, you don't have to. But that's the theme, is boots and bling. So you'll see, we actually just had our awards dinner Friday night as like a chapter, and they came in everything. Boots, jeans, jackets. Yeah. So if you feel like finding some blingy boots, do it. I will tell you, they're not comfortable.
Maybe you can get comfortable boots and like bedazzle them yourself. And
Oh
then
yeah, I
just
thought about making
search the
everybody
world.
participate in like a whole crafting session, and I was like, man, everybody's probably gonna hate me by the end of this. Okay, so what we have is, I'm sure you guys have seen this, but on the SubExcel website, you can click and download a full schedule for the event. Have you seen that, Nick?
Yeah, so I did just look at that cut
Okay.
sheet that you have for that day, so that answers most of my questions. But I just wanted to make sure that like I don't remember like signing up for it, and I just wanted to make sure you knew I wanted to go to it.
So
So
you want to go, you're saying to the, I was going to send everybody an email and make sure that people are going where they want to go. I know that Warren mentioned, I believe it's Warren, you're still here, right? That you wanted to play golf.
Yeah, I know I'm registered to play golf and rent clubs and stuff, but
Right.
I just didn't know if there were any other EDs. Make sure we get on we can request, getting on the same foursome or something.
Of course, yes. And if you guys do want to play golf, if you will email me and let me know that that's what you want to do, we'll make sure that that happens. That is going to be a full golf tournament. That is not just, hey, we're going out to play golf. We're planning on it being a scramble, and I'm expecting somewhere north of 30 teams will be involved with that. So,
Nice.
How many teams do you have signed up so far?
I'm not 100% sure, because the information that Jessica keeps sending me is just the regular registration, and the golf has its own registration page.
Okay, got
And
it.
she's not putting them on the same spreadsheet.
Okay.
So I really should probably ask her to do that.
Sure, yeah.
30 foursomes is good. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's good. I would guess that a lot of it will be from Oklahoma, but right now, oh, and if anybody, like, if you guys don't remember, National put a thing out, whichever chapter brings the most members from their chapter, don't quote me on this, gets like a $500 Amazon card. I believe that was the rule. I am not allowed to participate in that since I live here, and my chapter is coming out in tenfold. So right now for my chapter, we have over 40 of them registered, and I have another 10 to go. So anyway,
Nice.
I don't count, so feel free to bring your people.
Was it Jen or Tamara who was still winning? I think it was Tamara who was winning.
It's definitely not Jen. It's not San Antonio.
It looks like it might be Bev now. Hang on.
Oh no.
Oh, hang on. Okay, so I have Houston. I got an updated list from her actually right before this call. Houston, you have 14. Midwest Council, where's that? St. Louis?
That's Susan.
Okay, she has 9. North Texas has 18.
Nice.
18 in North Texas.
Wow.
So that's Dallas. San Antonio. Jen,
Please
where's
don't,
your
please
people
don't
be?
shout that big old number out, Libby.
Jen's like, oh
God, no, I'm hanging my head. Don't, please, I'm trying. Oh my God.
Arizona.
Thank you for
So
skipping.
Brandy is bringing some people with her. She's up to 9. New Mexico, Gia has 10 registered right now, and they are donating a fire pit for a raffle that will be mailed to the winner, and that'll be a lot of fun. And it will be engraved with whatever logo you want on it. So that's cool. So we've got a lot of good stuff happening, and I might have secured Oakley to give everybody a pair of Oakleys that's playing golf. That's on the DL.
Fun.
So,
That's
still
exciting.
working out all the details.
Libby, are you still wanting us to like team up like two EDs? Was the idea so new EDs could learn how to run the golf tournament?
I mean, that was essentially the goal, but if nobody needs to know how to run a golf tournament, this is your event too. I don't care what we do.
Cool. Any other questions for Libby or about SubExcel, ED Council stuff, anything like that? All righty. Well, our next.
Yay.
Oh,
No,
what's
you're
that?
good.
Oh, okay. Our next meeting is going to be Thursday, August 7th at 11 a.m. If you haven't got the Zoom calendar invite, please let me know. But without further ado, that concludes our meeting. Thanks everybody for coming. I appreciate it. Yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful 4th of July. Appreciative being the wonderful Americans that we are, living in the great country that we have. So I hope everyone has a great holiday weekend. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. lrose@asa-hq.com. That's me. So have a great weekend, everyone.
Lorraine. Good job, Lorraine.
Thanks, Warren.
See y'all.
Bye.